The Public Interest Disclosures Act 2022, or PID Act for short, contains special protections for people who make or may make PIDs. These include protection from detrimental action such as bullying, harassment or dismissal for people who have made or may make or are believed to have made a PID. Protection from civil and criminal liability from making a PID, and protection from having information which may identify them disclosed.
The protections in the PID Act apply to public officials who make voluntary PIDs. A voluntary PID is when a public official voluntarily makes a report containing information they honestly and on reasonable grounds believe shows or tends to show serious wrongdoing. It must be made to a suitable recipient.
The PID Act also protects the following people from detrimental action and civil and criminal liability. People who report serious wrongdoing because making that report is an ordinary aspect of their role or function. People who make a disclosure of serious wrongdoing because of a statutory or other legal obligation. People who disclose information as a witness during the course of an investigation into serious wrongdoing.
Detrimental action is when one person causes or threatens to cause detriment to another person or encourages someone else to do so by doing something or failing to do something. Examples of detriment include injury, damage or loss, property damage, reputational damage, intimidation, bullying or harassment, discrimination, prejudice or adverse treatment, and disciplinary proceedings or disciplinary action.
It is a criminal offence to take detrimental action against a person because you suspect, believe, or know that they have made a PID, will make a PID, or may make a PID. This offence is punishable by a maximum penalty of 200 penalty units, imprisonment for 5 years, or both.
Where detrimental action is threatened or has occurred, a person can seek a court order, known as an injunction. This could include a court order to prevent detrimental action, like a dismissal or demotion from occurring, or an order to remedy the detrimental action, like requiring a person to be reinstated in their role or an apology. Integrity agencies like the New South Wales Ombudsman can also seek an injunction on someone's behalf. If a person has suffered injury, damage or loss as a result of unlawful detrimental action against them, they have a right to seek compensation.
If an agency becomes aware of an occurrence or allegation of detrimental action, it must notify the New South Wales Ombudsman as soon as reasonably practicable after becoming aware of the allegation or occurrence.
The PID Act places a duty on agencies to conduct a risk assessment and take proactive steps to mitigate the risk of detrimental action occurring against the PID maker. If an agency fails to assess and minimise the risk of detrimental action, a person may seek compensation and the agency may be liable.
Fear that others will find out they have made a report of wrongdoing can often stop someone from coming forward. Under the PID Act, there are only specific circumstances that allow the identity of the PID maker to be disclosed.
There may be occasions where a public official needs to breach or disregard a duty of confidentiality or secrecy in order to make a PID. If this happens, the public official cannot be disciplined, sued, or criminally charged for having breached that duty. This is because it is in the public interest for a public official to make a PID.
Agencies should be aware of their obligations to protect people who make a report and ensure they have sound policies and procedures so that people dealing with PIDs know what to do when a PID is made. It's important to quickly and accurately identify if a disclosure is a PID, because if a report is a PID, the public official who made the report will have special protections under the Act. Having a framework with built-in protections, like the PID Act, helps to ensure people who report wrongdoing can be confident they'll be protected from detriment as a result of making a disclosure.
This video has been produced with professional actors. The PID Act 2022 will commence on the 1st of October 2023. The Public Interest Disclosures Act 1994 is still in force until that time. For advice, contact the PID unit at the New South Wales Ombudsman's office.